So my Harbor Freight 56-inch US General box has one issue with the power supply that is a major fail, in my opinion, on US General's part. So currently, all of my power from my box is coming off of this power strip, and my power drawer does not work. There's my power cable. And the reason why my power drawer does not work is because of this simple little issue right here. To plug in your power strip on your Harbor Freight 56 or 72-inch box, you have to plug this in, okay? Now that's a problem for me. You can see that we're in an active shop, a very active shop, and this thing gets rolled around, moved around, carts get slid, moved down. I want to be able to slide stuff up against the back of my toolbox, or if you have yours up against the wall, you probably want to be able to keep it flush. But with this terrible design of a plug right here, that keeps it so that this is a safety hazard. This is sticking out. It can easily be ripped off when something goes behind it. Or worst case scenario is if you are at your house, you could damage your walls or your sheetrock by trying to squeeze this thing up against the wall. So I think I have a solution for this that will finally allow us to plug in our power strip on our box and charge everything in here. All right, so I did all the hard work so you won't have to do it. And I think that in this envelope right here is going to be the answer to all of our problems. Now, I did some research on what exactly type of plug this is, and is there any way to change this where it does not poke straight out the box? And the answer is right here. This is going to be a 90-degree IEC 320 power adapter. All right, this is what you need. Now they have these little things where they go left, right, up, and down. So you can pretty much get anything you want. And if you don't like the idea of using an adapter, you can actually buy whole entire cords that already have the configuration you want on the back of it. Now I just simply searched eBay to find this, and I dug and dug for the best deal. I'm going to try to tag in this video an adapter for you that you can just click the link and order. But let's plug this in and see if in fact this does work. Now, our cord right here, let's see here, I hope this works. I didn't try this before. All right, so it plugs in just like that. It's gonna change that to a 90. I think this is gonna finally allow me to use my box. Now what I did for mine is I chose mine to go up because my power strip is up here, and this is where I want my cord to go. Is I want it to come out and go up and go inside the box to the power strip, because I want to kill the whole box with the switch on my magnetic power strip. If you want yours to go down to the floor because you're plugging it into the wall, then order one that the orientation is set to go down, or the description says it goes down. So I'm gonna pass mine back through here, through this piece of rubber, into the box. Let's go inside and plug it in. So now that that's plugged in, we should have power to our drawer. Let's see if it works. Let's flip the switch. It works. So now I finally have my drawer where it's powered up, where I can charge stuff in there, but it will kill it off of this right here. That will kill my lights. That will kill the power strip. It kills everything. The box is dead off of that one power strip. So that is exactly what I wanted. I did not want to have to unplug it when I left for a day. I just want to be able to kill it. Now I'm probably going to go ahead and move it to the side of the box possibly. That way it's outside. I've got to do something with this cord, roll it up. I have found that you can actually feed your cords in between the two. So there's basically two pieces of metal, the back side and the inside. I have my computer cord done like that, and you can basically shove your drop cord up in there and it will lay down in between the walls in here. The only thing is that if you try to use the hooks that are in the back of the box, if there's drop cords and stuff crammed in there, then they're not going to hook in. But most of us are only going to be using these upper hooks, so your cords will lay through the bottom. Now hopefully they don't get tangled up or you're going to be in a big mess, but if that big one, I think I can just roll it through there straight and lay it in the back of there. I think that will be clean. The other option, if you don't want to do all that, would just be to zip tie it up, and that's probably not a bad idea anyway, being we already have cords going up and down right here. So let me know in the comment section for you, does this help you out? This will save your sheetrock. If you don't do sheetrock work yourself and you don't do painting at your house yourself and you cram that box up against that wall, or you have a rental property and you tear up that sheetrock, that could cost you money. If you are at a business and there's people walking by and there's carts being pushed right behind the back of your box, such as here, and somebody hits that sucker and breaks that plug off, that could cost you money. Now, if you want to save this even better, take you a little piece of angle iron right here on the side of this and just screw it to the box to make a little piece of metal that will poke out so it won't hit it. But either way, this is way tighter than it just coming straight off the end of the box and just flopping out. This is also more secure. Now what we could do is we could drill some holes here and P-clamp our cord, which is what I want to do, and run it up the box like that. But we're not gonna do that in this video. You get the idea. You can do for your situation however you want. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me, because I'm gonna be showing you more modifications on this 56-inch box along with a ton of other stuff. And hit the like button if you like this video and it helped you out. Thanks, y'all.